What's up, weirdos? Shadetree Surgeon here on the FXR, heading to the Dirty Shame to get a way nicer Harley than this one. Yeah, we're doing stuff on the Road King today, but I'm not going to be riding the Road King. If you guys aren't aware, the Road King is a long-term demo that was given to me by Bert's Harley Davidson. Super cool people, Bert's Barracuda, and they gave me that bike and they said, do whatever the hell you want on it. I don't have to be nice about it. I don't have to say nice things. They just said, you know what? Take it. Do what you will. So I'm gonna. And personally, I think it's more interesting than putting me on it, although I will give my review of it eventually. I think it's way more interesting to get all of my friends on it and get a bunch of different opinions instead of just this asshole's opinion. What's better than one asshole? Dozens of assholes. So let's do it. Today is Flip's turn on the Road King, and I think this is going to make a really neat first ride, because not only does Flip not ride very many different motorcycles, and if you're not familiar with Flip, he's on the channel all the time. He's got his own YouTube channel, and his main ride is a Harley Davidson Sportster 48. The only bike that I've ever seen him on in recent memory other than his Sportster was a Triumph Bonneville. I'm not even sure if he's ever ridden another Harley Davidson besides this FXR. So I think it's going to be really interesting from him going off an old school Sportster 48 1200 onto this big Road King 114 cubic inch. I mean, personally, I think the Road King feels very light. And it makes a shit ton of power, but I want to see how Flip feels on it after jumping off a Sportster and getting on that thing. Although I will tell you this, and it'll be really funny because watch it happen. I'm gonna have a GoPro on him. Flip is a total negative Nancy. He's literally that kid with the rain cloud following him around at all times. His first reaction to anything is to point out something that he hates about it. So you watch. The first time he gets on the Road King, he's gonna be like, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that. Watch, I bet you. Yeah, Flip's the kind of motherfucker that could get a free blowjob robot for Christmas and then bitch that it didn't come with batteries. That's alright though, I love him. He's my brother, and it's just part of the character that is Flip Nah. Alright, up here behind the Shame, obviously met up with Flip over here, who is dropping off his Sportster to ride the Road King. We got Kyle with us too on the Bolt that identifies as a Dyna, and we're gonna go out to a place called Crooked Thumb Brewery. I've never been there, but they do have a beer called Shadetree IPA, so it's only fitting that I show up and drink one. Finally, fucking leave that Skirtster behind and get on a real man's motorcycle.
Don't say that about her.
As I was saying earlier, this is the first bagger you've ever ridden, right?
Technically, yeah. Yes, yeah. It's the biggest motorcycle I've ever ridden.
And of course, you'll be able to see Flip's version of events on his channel. You know, I've been bitching about him not making a video, but you know how you get someone to make a fucking video? You just do it for him. So I'm actually gonna make this video for Flip. Now you have to. Yeah, it's got big boy suspension. All right. That seemed a little unnecessary to cut in my lane. I don't know. Sometimes I think people are like, ooh, a Harley Davidson. Time to prove a point. I was like, calm down, dude. I like all sorts of motorcycles. Now, I wonder how Flip's liking that 114. Although, knowing Flip, he's probably being pretty cautious with it right now.
Alright, let's see if I can get to it. First things first. As comfortable as this motorcycle is, I don't feel comfortable at all. I am so used to my normal Sportster, and I'm on a motorcycle that I don't own that it costs more than I will ever have in my bank account. Yeah, it's got power. Ride. Whoop-de-doo.
Still, even being cautious with that motor, the amount of power it makes is just... it makes everything feel effortless. Like, no, it's not as fast as a sport bike. No, it's not the fastest motorcycle in the world. But the way that it makes power makes cruising around seem absolutely effortless, which is pretty cool. It's one of those things where the bike never feels like it's trying hard. That's so funny, and this guy on the Duke that freaking cut in front of me like that makes me think about it. Because even some people in the comments are like that. They're going like, oh, you're Mr. Harley man now. You know, I thought this channel was about all motorcycles. Now you ride a Harley Davidson. I'm just like, yeah, it's about all motorcycles. including Harley Davidsons. I've made videos on every freaking kind of motorcycle you can imagine, almost every riding style. I don't really do sport bikes because I'm a fat piece of shit and I'd look like a meatball on a toothpick riding around a sport bike. I've done everything from adventure touring bikes, which I own one, dirt bikes and dirt bike racing, to European bikes, to, yes, Harley Davidsons. It's so funny with Harleys where people, they have this chip on their shoulder about them, where it's like if they see a Harley, they automatically go like, oh, this person's gonna be like that. And like, yeah, some people are like that, but guess what? If you're the one who's showing up to the party with a chip on your shoulder thinking that, you're like that too. Anyway, it doesn't really bother me. People want to say all you do is ride Harleys now. Give me a fucking break. And of course I'm showcasing this Road King. Of course I'm having all my friends ride it and doing a lot of videos on it because Bert's Barracuda took a chance on me. I don't see Indian getting in line to freaking let me have a motorcycle to ride around. Bert's Harley Davidson did, so you're damn straight I appreciate that shit. Especially, oh, now he's getting on it. There he goes. So yeah, of course I'm gonna be happy about that. Why wouldn't I be happy about that? You know, they're taking a chance on me, and not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people want to get in bed with old Shade Tree Surgeon because, I don't know, man, they just don't like how I talk about stuff. And Bert's did it with no rules. They're like, say whatever you want about the bike, do whatever you want with the bike. Literally, no rules whatsoever. And let me tell you, old Shade Tree's gotta be free. Like a chrome eagle with a V8 engine and nitrous. I gotta be free, baby. I can't let anybody hold me down and tell me how to do things. Good on Bert's Barracuda. Or, I mean, good for me. This may end up bad for them in the long run. That remains to be seen. It may be like a few months from now, and they're gonna sit down in a meeting going like, oh, that was a bad idea. We should have never given that dipshit a motorcycle. Oh, I feel so bad for you guys up north. Look at this, us out on our motorcycles in shirt sleeves in the middle of January. I think it's literally like 82 degrees today. And I'm not just saying that. I'd never be the dude who rubs it in. I'd never be the guy who's like, look at me, I get to ride year round. Ha 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 ha. That's not me. I legitimately really feel for you guys up north. In fact, this is something that I got clued into when I went up to Ohio and kind of experienced how different motorcycle culture is in a place that has a riding season. Let me tell you, I mean, I take motorcycles very seriously in as much as like I try to ride a motorcycle literally every single day. Up in the north where you only get a set amount of time to ride every year, dude, those guys do not miss a day of riding. And compared to the general motorcycle riding public here in Florida who will like, if it's cloudy or maybe there's like a 50% chance of rain, their bikes stay in the garage. Like, I'll go out. But up north, man, it don't matter, dude. Those guys ride whenever they have the chance, and they take it so much more seriously, and there's so much more about it. Not than everybody down here, but there's just more people that are just way about it up north, and I really dig that mentality. So far, so good?
It's just something different, man. Gotta get used to it, gotta relax.
Look at that bike. It's all about relaxing.
So what Josh just said was that's what this bike is all about. It's all about relaxing. I don't want to be that relaxed on a motorcycle because you're on a fucking motorcycle, motherfucker. Pay attention. There is no relaxing. You can enjoy it, but I feel like that maybe there's just a little too much about this.
What I also found out when I was up there and talking to people is I basically realized why the custom motorcycle culture and the chopper culture is so big up north, where they only get a certain amount of time to ride, because when they put their bike away for the winter, it's time for a project. They can cut it apart, they can do all these, they can pull the engine out, they can do all these modifications to get a bike ready for riding season. Whereas here in Florida, you know, there's a big custom bike culture here, but it's not as big as it is up north because we can ride our bikes year round. So putting a bike down where it's not going to be able to ride for a while, that means you're able to ride when you do that. Whereas up north, you're like, well, I can't ride anyway, so it's time to chop this motherfucker apart. And it makes for a cool custom chopper motorcycle culture up there that, I don't know, man. I mean, I've lived in Florida my whole life, so don't hate me for not realizing this before, but it took going up to Ohio and talking to a lot of the dudes up there to figure out what they were like and how it was up there. Because before, just living here in Florida where it's nice every day, it's easy to go like, well, God, man, these guys only get to ride 6 months out of the year. It's like, man, that they must not care about motorcycles. Dude, exactly the opposite. I'm not saying I'm gonna trade my year-round riding for that. I'm just saying I respect it. I respect it. Look at this, man. Look at all these people on the beach riding jet skis, freaking out here in hammocks and shorts. It's January, people. Look at these guys out here freaking ripping it up. January. I swear I'm not rubbing it. I'm not rubbing it in. I would never do that. I really do feel for you guys. It's just like, still, even living here my whole life, it amazes me. There he goes. I'll tell you what, man, Kyle loves that Bolt, man. This whole, like, Bolt versus Sportster argument is really funny, especially where Kyle is concerned. And a lot of people just say a Bolt is a knockoff Sportster. Kyle actually says that a lot, too. But Kyle traded a 1200cc Sportster for that Bolt. He went from a 1200 Sporty to the Bolt, and he likes the Bolt better. I wonder how Flip's gonna go from going to this big boy to back to his Sportster, huh? It's a big power difference. I want to do a video where we drag race the Sportster and the Road King eventually. Yeah, it's got power, buddy. This FXR ain't keeping up with it, that's for sure.
As I'm starting to get more into the groove of things, I'm starting to remember where the clutch is, how far the lever is, like brakes, just like getting used to floorboards, just things like that. As I'm starting to get used to it, it's a little easier to relax on it and just to try to enjoy this, I guess. It feels like a lot less of a foreign object right now. Now my brain is starting to go into, you're just riding a motorcycle just like riding every bicycle you've ever ridden. It's the same fucking thing, just do it. It's like, all I know, all that matters is that when you twist that throttle and it goes forward a little bit faster is all I really care about. That's the fun part. That's all that matters about a motorcycle. How fast it does it? Yeah, it varies. But it's just the sheer joy of going, wee-hoo! That's all you need, homie.
Of course, this whooped out Evo makes all of probably like 55 horsepower. It's still fun to ride, though. I've actually never driven down this road before, or ridden down this road. Bayshore Boulevard. I ride down Bayshore all the time in Tampa, but never ridden down Bayshore in Safety Harbor. Otter Crossing? How adorable. Why have I lived in Tampa my whole life and I've never ridden down this road before? This is gorgeous. Downtown Safety Harbor. Literally, this is not too far from Ybor City. I've never been here. It just shows you how much of your own area you can explore. Like, I've never been down here, never been to this place before, never hung out here, and it's literally like 20 miles away from Ybor City, if even that.
And for all of you in the comment section that I know that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you want to trade in your Sportster now? No, I would never trade that thing in, first and foremost. Second of all, I don't think I'd ever own something like this, honestly. The engine's cool, yeah, it's fucking fast, but come on, there's just something more about my Sportster that I just love. In good old shade tree fashion, we went the wrong way, we gotta go back, and we're gonna go try to find where we're supposed to go now.
I think I rode by it, they're all beeping at me. Oh, yep. Rode by it, alright. Oh, this place looks cool. Crooked Thumb Brewery. Ah, and they got some barbecue outside. Perfect. So what do you think, man? Kicking those bags again.
After we got through all the bullshit of Malfunction Junction and all that other craziness, I was able to relax. I started having a lot of fucking fun.
So it's got power, huh? You could say that it does. That's always your thing. You're like, it's got power. You're like, yeah, it does, Flip. It's okay to say it. You're just like,
My point is, look at you, it has power.
Wow, that's the review everybody wants to hear.
How do you like Crooked Thumb Brewery?
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. 3 flips out of 5. Yeah, let's do a review of the Shade Tree IPA at Crooked Thumb Brewery. 5 flips out of 5. Whoop-de-doo. The Shade Tree IPA was pretty damn good. Not always an IPA guy, though, so I switched to the Grandpa Jack's Pilsner.
Happy?
Yeah, I got it. Whoop-de-doo.
That's a 2 flip.
Yeah. No, it's still 5 flips out of 5, but they all get a whoop-de-doo.
All right, good times over here at Crooked Thumb. I like this place. The beer was really good. The atmosphere was great. They got dog charity stuff going on, if that's your thing. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by Safety Harbor. I think I'll be back. If you guys live around here, if you've been to Safety Harbor before, like, make me some recommendations, man. The downtown looked like it had a lot of cool spots in it. We'll be back and do another video down here. But for now, we come and go like the wind. Just dropping off real quick in there, but I don't know, man. I always got the itch. Gotta go somewhere new, man. Never longer in any place than 1 or 2 beers, except the last place. Well, I know Flip's enjoying the power, but that was supposed to be our exit. Hell yeah. JDM is hell going to mow some lawns, baby. What's up? Only in Pinellas Park. Just leaving Flip and Kyle here while I go see my parents. Like most people who seek success on YouTube, I probably didn't get enough hugs from my dad as a kid, so going over there is always a little bit of a weird experience. Forgive me if I don't film that part. Brief intermission. Time to head back to Ybor City. It's been fun, Pinellas, but you ain't Tampa. What the hell, man? Since when is Flip on the fastest bike here?
Even if I was on my Sportster, I'd still be the fastest motorcycle here.
I guess it's true, though, although it's not saying much for the state of affairs of horsepower for the bikes that we have on this ride. When Flip Sportster, if he was on it, would still actually be the fastest bike here. You know, I have no idea how fast I'm going right now. My RPMs ain't doing much to help me either. And every time I go this, I'm like, all right, I'm doing a highway blast. Like, no idea how fast I'm going. I just have to say, am I in danger?
I'm in danger.
Am I in danger right now? This bike is pretty sketchy. I think with the FXR, you're pretty much always in a certain amount of danger, no matter what speed you're going. Wow, Flip. You're a real biker. Number 1, Harley Davidson.
What's up, weirdos? Flip not here. Unfortunately, I haven't put out a video yet because I got in a really bad motorcycle accident and I've been super sore. I've been meaning to make those videos recently, but unfortunately, situation being what it is, I don't have a motorcycle and I don't have the physical ability to do it right now. But those channels are coming very soon. We're going to find out the fate of the Sportster. And as always, keep it weird.